Good evening and welcome to our winter sports recognition program. Let's give all our athletes a round of applause for all of their efforts. We're here to recognize their dedication and their efforts throughout the season representing JFK High School. But in order to make this work, we need support from everywhere, and that includes parents and guardians, whether that includes rides to practice, picking up from late practices, providing late dinners, coming to all the games. They certainly deserve a round of applause, so let's give them a round of applause. And it certainly would not work without the dedication of our coaching staff. Now, they're at all the practices and all the games, but what you don't see is what they do behind the scenes during the school day, in the hallways, helping out your sons and daughters. They are extremely dedicated people. Sometimes it's a thankless job. A lot of things that go on that support the athletes go unnoticed, but I certainly notice them, the administration certainly notices them, and let's give them a round of applause. Dr. Parry would like to give a few opening remarks. Dr. Parry.
Thank you, Mr. Weisenstein. So we have one gym here, and then like a half a gym in the back, and everyone here competes for that time and for that space. So it's not easy to make it all happen. So I thank Mr. Weisenstein for, he's new to us, but he worked to try and keep everything balanced. So thank you, Mr. Weisenstein, for all your work. I'll try to be brief because everyone knows I like to talk a lot. So we do these a couple times a year, right? So it's always fun though. And here's, I'm a parent of 2 seniors right now, so I'm just going to share some thoughts for you parents and then for you kids. I just talked to Mark Roche in the back there real quick, and I said, "This is your last one, man. This is your last, sports award." I saw him do his signing day a couple of weeks ago, which is kind of awesome. He's going to wrestle in college, which is awesome. Yeah, how about you? As a parent, I don't know if their parents are here, I'm going to embarrass them. As a parent, watching these moments is bittersweet, right? The time and energy that goes into this, right? They start when they're little, and here they are. For some of them, this is the end of the road. So I do hope that you seniors enjoy the moment, and are able to look back on your athletic career here at JFK positively. We don't win them all, but gosh darn it, people say good things about us, and we try real hard, and that's what matters to me. Now, for you younger folks, I hope that you've taken the lead from some of the upperclassmen. I see the guys talking to the younger kids at lunchtime, the freshmen, the sophomore. They are your leaders. They model what they do, put in the work, and good things will happen. A few shout outs. I guess there's a crew standing right here with some blue lanyards. Comp cheer. What are the lanyards all about? State champs. In case you didn't know, our comp cheer team won state championship this year. Super proud of you all. We also had a pretty good wrestling season. Love to go watch the wrestling team, division champs. Again, don't get hung up on the wins and losses, everybody. Think about the process, trust the process, put in the work. Like I said, I'm a parent of 2 seniors. I know how fast it goes. I only hope that you're able to live in the moment, understand how fast it goes, and appreciate it. So thank you all. Tonight's about you all. Congratulations, everyone.
Okay, our first team up will be girls track. Coach Henderson.
Okay, good evening. I want to first thank administration and Mr. Weisenstein for everything they do for our program. Winter track is unlike any other sport in which we don't have a seasonal record. We travel to the Toms River Bubble about once a week to compete individually against other athletes from all over the state. As much as this is an individual sport, this team works together so well and continuously supports each other day in and day out. It is tough to practice outside in the freezing cold weather every day, but these girls never complain and always put their best foot forward. I am so proud of the bond these ladies have with one another, because there's no better feeling than getting through a long, hard school day and having all of your best friends there at the end of it. Thank you, girls, for an incredible season. I truly enjoyed each and every day with you, and I cannot wait to see what the future holds for you. I would now like to recognize our athletes. Sophia Kott, Omatola Oenkalade, you guys can stand. Dia Patel, Krush Naranjan, Tanya Sangavi, Niyati Sharma, Danielle Whitehurst, Anjalia Nilnair, Catherine Canellis, Dhruvi Savalia, Rosalind Giordano, Avni Mehta, Gia Patel, Mishri Patel, Ramin Rana, Jacia Sains, and Madeline Spearnut. And Karina Patel. And now for our awards. I guess it's yeah. The Sportsmanship Award goes to one of the sweetest young ladies that I have ever had the pleasure of coaching. She always has a smile on her face and is always rooting and cheering on her teammates. There's no better feeling than having Dia's positive greeting and smile waiting for you at the end of each day. Our Sportsmanship Award goes to Dia Patel. Oh, picture. The MIP is someone who is always looking for another event to excel at. She is one of our fastest sprinters, she hurdles, and this year she even took on distance races after her breakout cross-country season. I am fully confident that there is not one event this athlete cannot compete in. Our most improved player this year is Niyati Sharma. Thank you. The MVP award is going to someone who is not a stranger to this award. She is our fastest sprinter and our highest jumper. She truly shines in each event that she participates in, and as only a junior, I simply cannot wait to see where her future takes her in her next 3 track seasons she still has left before her. Our MVP this year is Omatola Oenkalade. And lastly, the Mustang Award goes to the athlete who epitomizes what it means to be a Mustang on and off the track. She has outstanding sportsmanship and incredible work ethic. She is a natural leader, takes charge in all practices and meets, and puts 100% in her workouts to be better for herself and her teammates. Our Mustang Award goes to Krush Naranjan. And this is our 2023 Girls Winter Track Team.
Our next team, we have boys track and Coach Heaney.
Good evening and welcome. First and foremost, would like to thank Mr. Weisenstein, our athletic director, our administration team, and of course our lovely trainer, who I was told tonight before I left to make sure I thanked her. Winter track is a tough season. It's a little bit of a shorter season, but nonetheless, as Coach Henderson had mentioned, you know, all day in school, then get bundled up and try to run outside is a difficult feat. But the gentlemen here have proved that it's easier than I mentioned, because they come in, day out, and do a phenomenal job. So I'd like to represent them today. Stand up when I call your name. Marcus Babasola, Samir Agrawal, Achilles 2, Jedediah Perez, Jamar Blake, Kifa Marcellus, Dhruvil Joshi, Gershon Singh, Dylan Patterson, Brendan Denty, Avni Mehta, Ramin Rana, Nishan Pandal, Hariam Patel, Ved Patel, Vraj Patel, Adarsh Pusamardi, Dev Ray, Love Patel, Rayan Zaid, Giovanni Nuzzo, and Gabe Cavalcante. Probably the hardest part of the season, it comes at the end of the year when Mr. Weisenstein gives us the email and says, okay, who are the award winners? And that's the toughest part, because you say to yourself, how can you represent the whole team with just 4 awards? Because in my opinion, they all deserve each and every one of them. They've all improved, they've all done the best that they can, and they show it day in and day out. But nonetheless, the Boys Track Mustang Award goes to, this year, for effort, commitment, and dedication to the team, someone who stood out and had a great season, Brendan Denty. Our Sportsmanship Award goes to an athlete that day in and day out continually improves, always puts his best foot forward, always lends a hand. So this year, the Sportsmanship Award goes to Marcus Babasola. This year, again, the most improved player was probably one of the toughest, but this young man went from last year to a sole distance career, moving on to sprinting and a few of the mid-level events. Our most improved player this year is Hariam. Boys Track Most Valuable Player, this young man always puts his best foot forward, as does the rest. Stood out, always trying to excel, always looking for ways to improve, always trying his hardest. He's a captain and showed me exactly what it was to be the most valuable player. And this year it is Kiefer Marcellus. Show it off. Thank you very much, the boys winter track team.
Next up, we have girls basketball with Coach Murphy.
All right, good evening, everybody. I have to start the way everybody does. I have to thank Mrs. Heaney, our awesome trainer, who dealt with lots of bumps and bruises and concussions and ACL injuries. She's the best, and we're all really grateful for Mrs. Heaney. I also have to acknowledge my assistant coaches. Being a head coach in a sport like basketball is really hard because a lot of the times the constructive criticism that we give sounds like yelling. My girls know that I'm not yelling. This is just my regular speaking voice. So having Coach Smith and Coach Legato let me be the bad guy sometimes, and I really appreciate them. I know the girls do too. Our season was a little tough. We graduated 6 seniors last year. We only had 3 returning varsity players. So going into the year, we had a lot of obstacles to try to overcome. One of our varsity returning players got hurt the second game of the season, but that didn't stop us from competing. We won 7 games on the year. We made the state tournament for a second year in a row. We grew a lot in the process. I also want to give a huge shout out to all of our freshmen, a lot of whom never really played competitive basketball before, and they stepped right into a varsity role and learned a lot. Also really got to acknowledge our returning varsity players who really shouldered the load this year and did a lot of little things that they weren't always asked to do. So I'm going to go through our varsity roster. Freshman first, Janai Ebenem Reeves, Mahi Vyas, Nanaki Gill, Nayeli Howell, Katie McDermott, Anastasia Katsakis, Anjali Campbell, Eva Kuzar, sophomores Lorelai Lorenzen, Mia Montanez, our juniors, Captain Paula Antunes, and Kristinka Kuzar, TJ Jane Thanathan, and Senior Captain Sydney DeVogt. All right, I'm going to start with our Most Improved Player Award. So this award can really either go to an athlete that got much better from last season to this season, or an athlete that just got much better throughout this one 4-month stretch. Luckily, I can give this award to one kid for both of those scenarios. Last season, this kid was basically a JV player that didn't really know where to be or how to use her athleticism, and she fouled a lot. This year, she became a leader who grabbed a ton of rebounds and brought the ball up the floor, occasionally made a three-pointer. And I really can't wait to see how much more this kid improves as a senior next season. Our most improved player is, without a doubt, Kristinka Kuzar. Good job, Chris. All right, the Sportsmanship Award. Sportsmanship is obviously a huge part of competition, especially for a team that is super inexperienced like we were. So having kids that encourage one another, push each other to improve in a constructive way is a really invaluable skill. In this case, our Sportsmanship Award winner took time during practice to help other kids with ball handling or passing. She also made basketball her #1 priority despite having a season-ending injury. She's an awesome athlete, but this season really proved that she's an even more awesome person. Despite being hurt all year, she was at practice and at all of our games. She was always a positive influence, and our Sportsmanship Award goes to Lorelei Lorenzen. Yeah, you put the phone away if you want to take a picture. All right, our Mustang Award. Our Mustang Award, this kid is a multi-sport athlete who really excels on the field and on the court. She overcame a lot of obstacles this year. Sometimes they were self-inflicted obstacles, and she was an excellent leader. With only having 2 varsity returning players, this kid had a ton of pressure on them to perform every single game. She always continually pushed herself to be better. She pushed her teammates to be better. And I'm really grateful to see how much she's matured since her freshman year. I know some of us hope she continues to mature, but our Mustang Award winner for 2023 is Paula Antunes.
Thanks.
Of course. You can show the thing. All right, and we have our MVP award. I'm just going to list a bunch of accomplishments and let you all be impressed by the accomplishments first. Multi-sport athlete, 4-year varsity starter, first team all-division, recorded a triple-double this season, had 375 points on the season, led the conference in blocks by an absolutely gigantic margin. She's the 5th student athlete to achieve 1,000 points in girls basketball history at JFK. She was chosen to represent JFK at the GMC Senior All-Star Game. The only time she ever left the floor this year is if she had like blood on her jersey. And despite being the tallest kid in the conference and always being double teamed, she helped us break presses and brought the ball up the floor with the rest of our guards. I've known this kid since she was a 6th grader, and I know that there are a lot of great things in our future. Our MVP goes to Sydney DeVogt.
There's a ball for me. I made it myself.
Oh, dang.
Shout out to Coach Legato for making that awesome basketball for Sid. The 2023 girls basketball team.
Next up, we have boys basketball and Coach DeVogt.
Good evening, and thank you all for being here. Congratulations to all winter programs, and a special shout out to hockey, wrestling, and cheer on their successes. I want to thank our administration for their support, Mrs. Heaney for keeping our athletes in one piece, and a special shout out to Ms. Mazzaro, our physicals guru back in the office, for their support behind the scenes. I also want to thank the families and everyone who supported us. Additionally, I want to thank our managers, Zelise Craig and Alyssa Lukaszewski. Lastly, I could not have done this job without my fellow coaches, Don Morella and Mike O'Hara.
That's okay.
Coach O'Hara has decided to retire after 44 years of coaching in our community. He has been instrumental to our program for the past 6 years, and we hope he gets bored quickly and finds a way to continue to help us out. But here's a token of our appreciation and a big thank you for Coach O'Hara.
Over here, Coach. Come over here, Coach. So this is why the guy was doing that thing.
All right, before I talk about our season, let me introduce our varsity boys basketball team. Please stand up as I call your name. Try to hold your applause until the end. All right, Captain Apurva Amin. Captain Harsh Borkataria. Marcus Bullock. Matthew Cook. Brandon Diaz. Adrian Dyer. Abdullah Kokar. Brand Lorenzen. Abraham Lewis. And David Reyes.
All right, have a seat, John.
All right. My goal for this season was to refocus the culture of our program. Even though that's something that will take a while, we did take a step in the right direction. As a result, we ended up with a 7-16 record. For the first time in a long time, we started off the season at 2-0. However, consistency was our kryptonite, resulting in a couple of should-haves and missing the state playoffs by only 1 PowerPoint. Regardless, as I mentioned before, we took a step in the right direction, earning us the sportsmanship honors in our division. And as much as it was a team effort, the following athletes stood out in the process to move us forward. First, the Sportsmanship Award. This athlete always had a positive attitude, and if things were not going his way, he always supported his team and accepted his role. He has the right attitude, and we need athletes like him to refocus our culture. We are looking forward to his contributions next year. The Sportsmanship Award goes to Abdullah Kokar. Most improved player. We were not sure about this player. He did not stand out during tryouts, and we figured he would have a limited role. However, he did all the things that do not show up in the stats, but are instrumental to winning, earning himself a starter role. He played tough defense, set good screens, gave the extra pass, and sacrificed his body as he led the team in taking charges. The Most Improved Player Award goes to Matt Cook. Most Valuable Player. This was a tough award to give out. As I mentioned before, consistency was our kryptonite. This also played out on an individual level, making it tough to recognize who our MVP was. In the end, it was this youngster who will be taking home the honors. The MVP award goes to Marcus Bullock. Lastly, the Mustang Award. As this award encompasses all the other awards, it should be no surprise that this athlete was also in the running for MVP. He's an outstanding student and had a strong ending to our season, resulting in leading the team in scoring. He was selected second all-team Blue Division. The Mustang Award goes to Apurva Amin. Thank you again. Good luck to our seniors, the spring athletes and coaches. Boys basketball.
Before we move on to the next sport, I just want to mention one thing. A sport that's not here tonight, and that's ice hockey. Just so you know, in case you don't know, we have one JV player from this building who represents Kennedy on the team, but they have their own banquet, and it's a special thing that they have that they've always had. It's a very unique program they have because it's a district-wide team, but I think we should at least give them a round of applause. They came within one shot off the post of winning a state championship. I was at the game. I had hair before it started. And I can tell you it was the most incredibly exciting game I've ever seen. So I just wanted to at least mention that. So thank you for acknowledging them. Next up, we have boys and girls bowling with Coach Slaughter.
Good evening to everyone. Of course, I'm Coach Slaughter, the bowling coach for both girls and boys bowling teams. Yeah! Oh yeah, baby. I'd like to thank Dr. Perry, Ms. Zeitz, Mr. Carrasio, and of course, Mr. Weisenstein for giving me the opportunity to coach such a great group of kids. First, I'd like to recognize the varsity boys bowling team. My seniors first, please stand as I call your name. First, Captain Senior Jaden Sarmiento. Senior Justin Perez. Sophomore Eddie Santiago. Sophomore Malik Stokely. Ninth grader Madhav Patel. You guys can sit. Even though the boys bowling team had their struggles record-wise, 3-15 this year, they learned a lot from me and their teammates, and most of all, they had fun. Now for the awards. First award I'd like to present is the Mustang Award, which goes to a bowler who gave us a lot of energy going into every match. So he had so much fun in the bowling lane that even Dr. Perry came to watch him bowl. I must give the Mustang Award to Justin Perez, my senior.
Here, come that picture. Oh, please.
The most improved player from our boys is a bowler who's listened to me from day one throughout the entire season. Now, not that they all didn't listen to me, but this award goes to Madhav Patel. The next award is the Sportsmanship Award, which goes to a bowler who I'm excited to have for 3 more years, and he always had positive things to say to both his teammates and the opposing team. This award goes to Leon Prince. Unfortunately, he's not here at the moment, but I'll accept it on his behalf. Then at last for the boys, the Most Valuable Player Award, which goes to my bowler with not just the highest average, but gave positive energy to the team almost every match. The Most Valuable Player Award goes to Jaden Sarmiento. Now for the girls varsity bowling team. Please stand as I call your name. First, my senior girls, captains, senior Alexa Pino, co-captains. Senior co-captain Ashley Kish. And senior Dilara Scalioglu. Also have another senior who couldn't make it tonight, Krista Smallenberger. And my freshman bowler, who I'm looking forward to teaching her in the near future, Jessica Rodriguez. Now for the awards. The girls bowling team had a 6-11 record, but we can all say they had good times. First, the Mustang Award, which goes out to a girl who doesn't know how good she could be, but hopefully now she does. The Mustang Award goes to Jessica Rodriguez. The next award goes to a girl who last year was on JV, but this year stepped up to varsity. And her scores now shows it. The most improved player goes to Delara Hiscalia Group.
There you go. Congratulations.
The next award is a Sportsmanship Award, which goes out to a bowler who respected the opposing team and also never quit despite the score. The Sportsmanship Award goes to Ashley Kish.
There you go. Congratulations.
Thank you, Slaughter.
You're welcome. And the last award of my crew, the Most Valuable Player Award. Not only the highest average on the girls bowling team, but placed 8th in the North Region of Greater Middlesex Conference. 54th in the state of New Jersey among over 100 girls. The most valuable player goes to my senior, Alexa Pino.
You're welcome.
And that's our 2023 boys and girls bowling team.
Next up, we have swimming with Coach Kohutanich, affectionately known as Coach K.
Good evening, folks. I'd like to thank the entire JFK community, including the Board of Education, the administration, including Dr. Parry, Mr. Caraccio, and Mr. Weisenstein. They do Mr. Weisenstein has that unenviable task of being the cheerleader for all the sports. Miss Massara, Miss Heaney, and the rest of the support staff, parents, and all student athletes. The neat part is you continue to make athletics an integral part of the educational process, which is what we're here for. All involved have been part of the success of each student athlete this season. At the beginning of each season, the swim team, I drill into them, and I do like to talk a lot, but we talk about 3 goals. Number 1, each swimmer, personal best during the season. Our second one is swimmers place better than their seed at the GMCs. And the third is taking personal responsibility for success. Every member of the program this year achieved most, if not all, those goals. Public proof for the 5 student athletes selected to the all division honors. Diane Kaliniak, Eric Peterzak, Danya Turtlev, Hazem El-Kordi, and Nicole Mazar. I'd like to introduce the team. Seniors, Alyssa Carrion, Christine Lahora, Diana Kaliniak, Victoria Vera. Juniors, Drisha Iyer, Eric Peterzak, Nishka Shah, Shreya Singh, Savia Talang, Danyar Turtlev, and Shrestha Nithin. Sophomores, Dwij Brombet, Antonio Martin, Vishva Patel, Hazem El-Kordi, Nicole Mazar, Shashank Sharma, Caitlin Brito. And freshmen, Vishwant Janjanam, Olivia Kaczynski, Ramil Shah. Once again, our 2023 swim team. Our seniors on this team, I commend their leadership skills that they exhibited throughout the entire season. They proved to be tremendous mentors for all involved in the swimming program. When asked for their 1-year, 5-year, 10-year plan, they all plan to pursue paths that provide service. They plan to seek advanced degrees in areas that will help make the world a better place. This year's special award winners. This athlete earned the Sportsmanship Award because she was dedicated to always supporting her teammates, maintaining a positive attitude, showing respect for her opponents, as well as competing with passion. This helped Alyssa Carrion to earn our Sportsmanship Award. Can I go slow? I go real slow here. Here, take this.
Thank you.
You all set? Once again, Alyssa Carrion. This athlete's desire to improve helped her to achieve success every day. She modeled the actions and behaviors each swimmer on the team should do in order to be successful. The way she approached making herself better made the rest of the team better, and this year's Most Improved Player Award goes to Victoria Vera. Once again, Victoria. This athlete's talent enabled her to exhibit resiliency and leadership in representing the Mustangs in any event we put her in, that we needed an impact swimmer for the meet. Her dedication and approach each day provided not only the veterans, but the newer members of the team with an example what to do to achieve maximum personal results. Diane Kaliniak's effort in helping others to improve was significant in her earning the Most Valuable Swimmer Award. Now remember, I gotta find your pen. I can't find it. Did a good job. Once again, Diana Kaliniak. And our last recipient's dedication, desire, and talent embodies many, if not all, the characteristics of the three previous award winners. She embraced the responsibility of being a leader of the team using caring, fairness, and respect. Bringing each of these qualities fostered a climate that enabled every one of our members of the team to feel not only welcome, but important. This is why she is the 2023 Mustang Award winner for swimming, Christine Lahora. Girls basketball, I think I have 14 minutes left. No, I'm only kidding. Once again, I'd like to congratulate all the student athletes. Student athletes, I want to remember, you have a very neat opportunity to go out and be ambassadors for the JFK community during your season. If you're a spring sport athlete, do it then as well. Continue, because athletics is one of those programs that you can be the agent of change. Embrace the notion of changing the world. Congratulations, 2023 swim team.
Next up, we have your Blue Division champion wrestling team, coached by Coach Creighton.
All right, good evening, everyone. First, I would like to thank administration, Dr. Parry, Mr. Carrasio, and Mrs. Zeitz. I'd also like to thank Mr. Weisenstein for all your support you have given to our program this year. Thank you to Alexis Heaney, our trainer, for taking care of our athletes throughout the season. And especially want to thank my two assistant coaches, Coach Murgatroyd, who's here today, and Coach McCarthy, who is at the postseason wrestling meeting, giving me updates on all division, all conference as we speak. And I truly appreciate all you've done and continue to do for our program. And also, now that I see it's on YouTube, I want to make sure I thank my wife, who's home with my newborn right now, and took care of her all season. Yeah. I had it written out the whole time. It wasn't because YouTube's here. All right, but as for our wrestling season, it was truly one I'll remember forever. Really special group of guys and gals up here. This year, our journey, we had an 18-3 record, which is tied for the most wins in school history, which is awesome. I just found that out. Also, as we heard, Blue Division champions, and this is the first time since I was a senior here in 2010. So it was 13 years since we did that, so that's awesome as well. It's actually really cool because when these seniors were freshmen 4 years ago in 2019, I actually took them out to the main gym and we looked up at that banner and I said, leave your mark on this school, leave your year, and we've accomplished that this year. So that's really awesome. Okay. One other great accomplishment we had this year, and it wasn't specifically on the mat. However, I truly believe that even though you compete as individuals in wrestling, it builds camaraderie like no other. And to see how this team went from individuals to truly a family of brothers and sisters, I believe we really propelled our season. They held one another accountable, made everything we did a true competition, and I really thank you for your sacrifice this year. I could sit up here all day, but we'll save it for the banquet. But I do want to recognize the 5 girls that we do have on our wrestling team. We are building our girls wrestling program. So if you know anyone that is interested, we would like to have a full roster next year. So I really want to shout them out. They'll be included in our team, but want to make sure you girls got noticed. Also, breaking news. I want to make sure I get this right. Coach McCarthy, like I said, is over at the postseason meeting. So all division, I just found out, which is half the division, is made up of JFK Mustangs. Cam, Aiden, Derek, Gio, Mark, Youssef, and Subtain, all division. So I'm going to call you all out. Please stand, save your applause, because as you can see, I got a lot to just get through real quick, so I'm going to rattle them off. Youssef Abdullah, Subtain Ali, Jonathan Barretto, Peter Chun, Derek Sestrelli, Elijah Dancy, Cameron Daniels, Dylan Driz, Xavier Hernandez, Fahim Howell, Eva Casones, Isabella Laura, Giovanni Maglione, John Martinez, Javier Matos, Isabella McGarry, Alejandro Montalvo, Juan Murillo, Yanuth Nathakumar, Deb Patel, Eva Patel, Manny Perez Quijano, Kaylin Petrie, Mark Roche, Aiden Roche, Matt Rodriguez, Mustafa Salama, John Saforka, Miggy Alvarez, Samya Chaniyara, Amar Chaudhry, Jahimi Ford Brown, Leo Garcia, Danny Gonzalez, Eliel Gonzalez, Duvel Jones King, Danielle Khan, Armand Kumar, Ryan Martinez, Kev Mendez, Diego Montoya Lope, Aryan Patel, Cheyenne Puva Rajan, Jaden Roche, Inderpreet Singh, Karan Jat Singh, and Brian Vasquez. I don't think I forgot anyone. All right, so on to our awards. I'm going to go with the Sportsmanship Award for first. This one goes to a 4-year varsity wrestler, a 2-year captain, played a really vital part in our success over the last 4 years. He battled through injuries over the last 2 years. Win, lose, or draw, always respected his opponent and gave it his all. This award goes to Youssef Abdullah. Most improved. This one was really difficult because I had a bunch of seniors, bunch of juniors, and even our younger guys who are first-year wrestlers who drastically improved over this season, but also their career as well. So this was one of the hardest ones to choose from. However, this wrestler is a 4-year varsity wrestler as well. He wrestled at 150 pounds last season, and this year he dropped all the way down to 126, healthy. It was good for him. Dedicated himself this offseason to get in better shape and getting better at his craft. Went to wrestling club all season, won 26 matches this season, went undefeated in the division. Derek Sestrelli. Next, I'm going to go to MVP. This is a special one for me. Known him a really long time, another 4-year varsity wrestler. And for those of you who don't know, he tore his ACL midway through football season this year, and actually decided to put off surgery to try wrestling this season. He did not miss one match all year, and he wrestled in over 39 matches. He went 35-4 on the year, took second in the county tournament, first and a district champion for District 13. And I think what means the most to him is he finished his career with 103 wins, and his name will forever hang in our gymnasium. And truly grateful to have coached him. We'll miss you dearly, Giovanni Maglione. And finally, our Mustang Award. So this one means a lot to me. It's an award I won when I was here. And, it's a true representation of what it means to be a Mustang. And these things I'm going to read out, 2 quick stories, really encompasses that. First was at the county tournament. This wrestler, it's a 2-day tournament. And on Friday night in his first match, him and his opponent went head-to-head collision when he was up, I think it was 11-0. He ended up going to the hospital that night, getting 35 stitches in his eyebrow, and came back the next day and wrestled all the way back to 4th place. So it was really awesome to see. And then, more importantly, as a 4 seed at our district tournament, and again, really encompasses what it means to be a Mustang. Undervalued, people looking at you as an underdog, goes in as a 4 seed, upsets the 1 seed in the semifinals, pins them, then goes out and beats the 2 seed in the district finals and wins a championship. Their District 13 championship. He's going on to wrestle at East Stroudsburg University, Mark Rochette. Thank you. Pretty good.
Last and certainly not least, your state champions in the co-ed game division. And also, Coach Zook received the Coach's Recognition Award. Your cheerleading team and Coach Zook, come on up.
All right, hi everyone. First off, I'd like to thank our administration, Dr. Perry, Mr. Carrasio, Mrs. Zeitz, and Mr. Weisenstein for all of their support this season. I'd also like to thank 2 of my best friends, Coach P and Coach Coco, for committing to do this crazy job with me. I could not imagine doing it with anyone else by my side, to keep me sane and to calm me down when I freak out about the little things. I know these kids behind me are thankful for your dedication to this team just like I am. Lastly, I'd like to give a huge shout out and thank you to our amazing parents. You know we wouldn't be able to do this or be successful without your help and commitment. I hope these kids thank you for allowing them to do what they love every day. Now, on to a recap of our extremely successful season. We've been preparing for this season since receiving a pretty heartbreaking 2nd place last year at States. Since that bus ride home, our vets were committed to not letting that happen again, and thankfully we were joined by our rookies to help us achieve those goals. Through our 9-month season, we have achieved so much more than we ever have. At NCAA camp this summer, we came home with so many awards, including 3 All-Americans, Daniela, Ella, and Akiva, and received the NCAA Spirit Award for the 2nd year in a row. Throughout the competition season, which officially started in November, we earned 1st place 12 times, 2 of which earned us the title of Grand Champion. And we had an amazing time at NCAA Nationals for the 2nd year in a row, placing top 5 for our performance routine. We hosted our very first competition, which was so successful and really set us up for next season. And finally, we achieved our goal that we all made on the bus ride home from States last year, and became state champions for the first time in the co-ed varsity game day division. That also means that we went undefeated in our game day routine in New Jersey. To say that we were proud of these student athletes sitting behind me is an understatement. We would not have made history without each and every one of them being overly committed and dedicated to this program for 9 months. If you know me, you know the great things I have to say about this program, and these kids are endless, rightfully so, considering I am the coach. But it's not just me who thinks this program and these kids are special. There were so many experiences this season where these kids made an impact on those around them. At camp, we became a Go Be Great finalists at nationals and at states. People who have no personal connection to us have told me how much these kids have impacted them in some way. And while becoming state champions is a great accomplishment, I think what I'm most proud of is just the way this program is making a difference. To our 2 seniors, Akiva and Laura, we wouldn't be where we are today without you. You have seriously made a huge impact on our program and have become the faces of JFK Cheer. The team will not be the same without you. And before our awards and announcing our team, I want to give a huge shout out to the kids who have supported our team throughout everything this season. There have been many highs and a couple lows that even athletes outside of our program have witnessed. They have shown their support every week and every step of the way at every competition, showcase, and especially at States. After a tough day on Saturday at States, these kids stuck by our sides and cheered us up. Then the most surreal moment of all was walking out before our performance on Sunday and seeing all of those same kids, plus our parents and family members, cheering and getting our team pumped up before our performance. It was arguably the best moment of the day and made me so proud and thankful. So, shout out to Yunuth, Kylie, Shyam, Dylan, Chris, Paula, Jed, Brandon, and Daniel. Having yours and everyone else's support. Having yours and everyone else's support this season has meant so much to all of us. And now I'm going to recognize all of our state champion athletes for this season. Please hold your applause until the end. First, our seniors, Laura Kozub and Akiva Lewis-Allen. Our captains, Daniela Pajak and Ella Rodriguez. And the rest of our very talented athletes, Christina Aquino, Chloe Tu, Ariana DeLucos, Nelly Enriquez, Jasmine Sanchez, Liz Sarmiento, Ria Aurora, Julia Russo, and our managers, Kylie, Yunuth, Dylan, Shyam, and Gershon. Finally, I'd like to recognize our 4 award winners. The first award I'm going to give out tonight is the Most Improved Award. This award is going to a rookie on the team who has been working extremely hard since our first open practice last April to be the best athlete she could be. Watching her grow into the strong athlete she is now has been such an honor. She is the most genuine soul and has never once complained. She is always the first person to submit her workout or dance practice video or to reply to a message. She has always been an absolute pleasure to coach, and I can't wait for next year with her. Our Most Improved Award is going to Julia Russo. All right, our next award is the Sportsmanship Award. This kid, if you know her, you know how much she loves cheerleading. Unfortunately, her season was cut a little short due to a freak accident, and it was honestly a little heartbreaking for her, for us as coaches, and for her teammates. She is hands down our strongest base and brings an energy on the mat that is very, very hard to replace. Instead of throwing in the towel and not showing up, as she was recovering from her injury, she decided to take on a new role. As a captain, she knew her team needed her more than ever, just in a different way. And while watching her teammates practice and compete was probably very, very hard for her, she never showed it. She took on that new role as a leader off the mat and kind of took on a role as an assistant coach. Thankfully, her season ended by getting cleared to compete in game day for states when we got to win a state title. And watching her take the mat one last time with her best friends, and especially with her senior flyer since her freshman year, that was just the most amazing moment for me as a coach. I'm so lucky I get to coach her every day. The Sportsmanship Award is going to Daniela Pajak. All right, next up is our MVP award, which is going to someone who gives her heart and soul to this team every single day. Someone who messaged me just a few hours after we won states asking what the plan is for next season. The kid who literally gives everything she has every single day to making herself a better cheerleader. This year, she has taken on a lot of roles and responsibilities, way more than I've ever given any junior cheerleader. Oftentimes, juniors have a hard time taking on a major leadership position, and while I'm sure there were moments when she doubted herself, she has done such a great job. So great that she led this program to our first state championship. Although she is primarily a back spot and a tumbler, she stepped in this season to fly when we needed her and then learned how to base and has been basing elite skills ever since. She is our center jumper and best tumbler because, to put it simply, she works hard. Her work ethic is rare and has made her a top cheerleader in our program. She pushes everyone to be better because she pushes herself to be better. Our MVP award goes to Ella Rodriguez. All right, last up is the Mustang Award. This award is going to an athlete that best represents what it means to be a Mustang, and in our case, a state champion Mustang. Over the past 4 years, we've all been through a lot. We've spent way too much time at home, lost out on time we could have been cheering and traveling and having these amazing experiences we were thankfully able to have the last 2 years. Most athletes would have given up during a pandemic, coming to just a few practices and doing virtual competitions and never getting the feeling of a crowd cheering you on. This athlete didn't give up, though. She stuck it out through the good and the bad, through the changes our program has gone through all the growing years, and is the first athlete I've coached that has stuck with our program all 4 years. This athlete started off not planning on trying out for comp, but we somehow got her anyway. She started off having very little cheer experience and is now who we all love to watch in the air. She's the one who has worked so hard to learn not only how to fly, but how to be an amazingly talented flyer. She has learned to perform, and most of all, she's learned how to be confident over the past 4 years. I've watched her transform into someone we're all so proud of, and someone who we all cannot imagine this program without. She succeeded more than ever this year, got her tumbling skills, and did elite stunts she has never done before. And her hard work all paid off, becoming a state champion to end her final season with us. And I couldn't think of a better person to give this award to. She has made me a better coach, and I know that the bond that her, Coach P, and I have will last far beyond these 4 years we've had together. The final award of the night, our Mustang Award, goes to Laura Cosmo. Once again, thank you to everyone who supports us, and thank you to the amazing athletes we had the chance to coach this year. Give it up one final time for your first ever JFK competition cheer state champs.